Howdy y'all, check out the size of this caterpillar I found out here on the side of the road. Pretty big, eh? Look at that, ain't she a beaut? Anyway, we found this quarry down in the backwoods. If you're all interested about that, then maybe I'll do a little vlog video. I haven't done that in a long time. But anyway, today's video is actually going to be about a Grigri hazard that isn't really told to people until they figure it out themselves. Well, actually it is told to you. It's keep your hand on the brake, basically, but no one really tells you why. And, you know, I'll explain it later. Let's hop over here, I'll show you. So I think this little guy will make a pretty good anchor for this video. I think it'll hold 5,000 pounds. What do you think? So Mammut actually sent me a brand new rope and a whole bunch of other stuff, a helmet and a brand new harness to test out and kind of review for them, let them know what I think about it. So I guess I'll put this stuff on now. I'm not gonna really review this stuff on this video. This is just kind of gonna be about like this secret Grigri hazard that's not really a secret, but kind of is if you don't know about it. Once you figure it out, it's not a secret anymore, I guess. But you don't want to figure it out that way, if you know what I mean. I like this harness, nice and bright and shiny. I obviously put some beaners on it. I already been using the harness. Haven't unwrapped the rope yet. I feel kind of bad putting that brand new rope around this rusty bolt. I hope it doesn't get too dirty. And I'm gonna be kind of putting it in the dirt for this video. Oh man, F in the chat. Hit subscribe for my pain. All right, let's put this harness on. And I guess let's put this as a rope on here. I wonder if they use that special machine to wrap these brand new ropes, or if it's kind of wrapped the same old way that all the ropes are wrapped. Basically what I'm saying is, could I just flake it out, or will it leave a huge big mess? Or do I have to kind of unflake it the first time, you know, the right way you're supposed to. If you don't know about that, then you should check my video on uncoiling your first brand new rope. There's actually a method to it, and I'm gonna test out and see if you need to do that on this one. Oh wow, they really wrap these things up nice. So fun fact about this rope is why it looks so like so many different colors is because they actually use the extra material that they use on other ropes to make this rope. So they're conserving, it's good for the environment, they're conserving stuff. I appreciate that, and that's why it kind of gives it this really cool pattern, which I enjoy. This is 80-meter rope too. That's a long one. Okay, let's see what happens if I just start flaking it out, if we're gonna get a bunch of coils here. Doesn't look like it's making too big of a mess. The worst thing you could do is throw this thing right on the floor. Looks like they do use that new technique, because otherwise this would be becoming a huge mess. But basically, if they spooled it right into a spool in factory, the way, you know, you put anything on a spool and then you lift it up, it would just be all kinds of crazy coils. Oh, water. Don't step on the rope. That's the worst thing you could do ever. Don't ever step on the rope. Thank you so much for the water. It's so hot.
So hot?
Yeah, it's so hot.
Oh.
Thank you for the water. I said I wasn't going to be reviewing this rope, and here I am kind of reviewing it. It doesn't seem like they put a middle marker on this rope. Oh, yep, they did. They even put a middle marker. That I really appreciate. I think all ropes should have middle markers. So that's 40 meters out. Cool. Don't ever throw the rope straight on the ground. What do I do? Throw the rope straight on the ground. See, this is what happens when you throw the rope straight on the ground. And of course, I only did that for example, right? Now, a newbie, what they would do with this mess is they'd find the end, and they would, this is not what this video is about, but anyway, they'd find an end. Here's extra stuff. They'd find the end, and then they'd start pulling it in like this. And they'd pull it in all the way through. You don't have to do that. All this is a series of loops that are just connected. So all you gotta do is pull loops. You just go like this and you pull loops through, and you'll be done in a jiffy. See, this loop is connected there, and that loop's connected there. There's no need to act like it's one giant knot, because it's not one giant knot. It's a bunch of loops that are grabbed and a little bit twisted here. So you could sit here for hours trying to do that, or you could sit here for about a minute or two. Just, you get to the next section that's kind of coily, you pull it, and that's that. This is a lot of rope. Okay, so what we're gonna do, and this is gonna be more important later, is I'm only gonna use up about this much rope. So what is that? 5 foot. So I'm only gonna use about 5 foot of rope. Well, that's not going anywhere anytime soon, unless you pull this pin, right? Oh, look at that. Okay, maybe it could go somewhere. But anyway, we're not rappelling off this quarry or anything. Let me show you what we're doing. Come this way. Safety is the #1 priority. So what we're gonna do, they gave me a helmet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 80 meters in this direction. And I'll meet you over there at the other end of the line. Okay, so here's the meat of what I'm getting at. I'm at my anchor and I got about 5 foot of rope right here. So right now the Grigri is going to act totally different than it is at the end of the rope, and I'm going to show you why. So everyone tells you hold on to the brake line always. This is really important with ATC, but a Grigri might dull you into a sense of complacency, because I could let go of the brake line and I could come down pretty smoothly and the Grigri is going to hold. But the thing is, the rope, the dynamic rope, acts a lot like a rubber band. And right now I only have about 5 feet stretching back at me. So the rope acts very different right now. It's very smooth. There's no force pulling back. Now come meet me at the end of the rope, like I said before, and I'll show you the difference. Hey YouTube, it's your favorite on the ground climbing channel. So anyway, this is an 80 meter rope. So guess what? That would be 80 meters, which is around 262 feet. Dynamic ropes have some stretch in them. Okay, well there goes my guide stick. As I was saying, this is about 80 meters. Now we're going to get about 30% of stretch, so I should get another 24 meters down there. Okay, so let's hop on about 10 feet. I'm mixing meters and feet up, but it's just the way I work. 10 feet, what is it? Okay, 3 meters. I'm moving 3 meters up here, okay? Technically, get an extra 24 meters of rope. If I was hanging, maybe I gotta be really heavy. Okay, so my point being is there's a huge difference in the springiness of this rope than when I was up there, okay? Now I have the full rope pulling on me. And if I was to take my hand off the brake line and say, hey, guess what? Grigri's hold, you don't gotta have your hand on the brake line. And then if I took my hand and went like this, look at that. So as you see, I'll do it again. I had almost 10 feet of rope behind me. And this isn't even as fully weighted as if I was heavier or if I was actually hanging and suspended in air. This is on the ground going up over a hill. And this thing acts like a spring if I had another person holding me back. And if I just go like this for 1 second, the whole thing flies right through. And this would be a lot worse. This is why you always keep your hand on a Grigri and you have an end knot. Because if it was to go like that and you had an end knot, which you could actually tie a figure 8 for an end knot as long as you give yourself enough tail. Like that. You have an end knot, guess what? You're just going to go right to the figure 8 and you're not going to go flying off the end of the rope. Alright, so for a lot of you that might have seemed like I was telling you how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but for more experienced guys. But for the newer guys that just get the new rope and they get new equipment, and I've seen these videos, they just get out there and then, you know, they don't want to listen to reason, they just hear it said, don't take your hand off the brake line. And then the Grigri holds you and you're like, well, maybe that's only for ATCs, you know, and then you end up doing a long rappel like that, and all of a sudden you realize things are a little bit different, and then you come off the end, which happens. These guys just rappel right off the end, and I think that's one of the reasons, is because when you get to the end of the rope, and the longer the rope is, the crazier it gets. I was doing this 600-foot rappel one time, and that pullback was serious, and then you want something else, maybe like a third hand or something holding on. That's always nice. I don't know, I don't think I would ever put a third hand on a Grigri though, because it might just interfere with the way you do it. What would actually be better is you add another Grigri and you add some more resistance to the rope. And that, or another beaner. You add another carabiner to the system. Maybe I'll do a little short clip of that. Maybe I'll start doing YouTube shorts or something, and I'll add short stuff, because you know, some of this stuff I could probably get the information out in a minute. Other stuff, it takes me about 8 or 10 minutes to get this out. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and I make a video every week if you're new here. And Josh Perry, climbing out of here. Let me know if you want to see some video from this quarry.